Time for the KSL In-Depth. It has a reputation as one of Utah's most dangerous hikes, and yesterday, a teenage girl fell to her death from Angel's Landing. The iconic trail in Zion National Park climbs 1,500 feet from the canyon floor up to a high sandstone fin. Along the way, visitors cling to chains, and they enjoy stunning panoramic views. Our executive producer, Dave Cawley, is an avid hiker. You've spent plenty of time in Zion, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's joining us now. Angel's Landing turns up on a list of America's deadliest hikes from time to time. So is that deserved?
Well, yes and no. You kind of have to look at it in perspective, Jeff, because on the one hand, in the last 10 or 15 years, they have had, I want to say, somewhere in the realm of like 8 fatalities, people falling on the trail, either the West Rim Trail or going all the way up to the top at Angel's Landing. But you have to balance that against the number of people who actually hike this day in and day out. I mean, Zion sees millions, literally millions of visitors every year. Many of them go there to hike Angel's Landing. And so the vast majority of people that hike that trail never have this kind of problem. It's still pretty rare.
In the aftermath of these kind of horrible incidents, do they reverse engineer, figure out what went wrong on the hikes?
Yeah. So they certainly are looking at that, trying to figure out exactly where she fell from and if there was any kind of a safety concern. We do know that they say the trail was dry. A lot of times this time of year, if you get ice or something like that on those sheer cliffs, that can be a real problem. I've encountered some of that myself before in Zion. But we know the trail was dry. They do have the chains. People talk about going on the chains on Angel's Landing. So they actually have posts and chains that you can hold on to as you go up and down these steep inclines.
You can trust them.
Yeah, they really are. But certainly the question is there an oversight? Is there something that they need to do? The Park Service generally puts signs up to warn people that this is at your own risk. There are dangers in going into this environment. They don't want to nanny you too much, but certainly the death of a teenage girl is going to raise those questions.
Well, when they say at your own risk, they really mean
they do.
At your own risk.
They
so
do.
Could this latest death lead to changes on the trail?
So we asked that of the National Park Service today, and I'll just let John Marciano from the park tell you exactly what they're thinking.
We make safety here at the park our paramount. So when this happens, we all really sit down and take another look at what we have here and ensure that when we do investigations that the trail is fit and anything we can do to make it more safe, we do.
So in other words, of course, they want to make sure that all of the visitors are safe. Nobody wants to see somebody die. The question is what can be done, what should be done, and that's yet to be determined.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dave, and we appreciate sharing your experience.